All right, all right, all right, all right. Good morning. Good morning. It is Friday. Friday, coming off the heels of a tornado warning at like 2 a.m. in Nebraska. We got woke up to some crazy winds, crazy rain, crazy thunder and lightning. It was a it was an eventful morning, early morning. So I literally was exhausted, just woke up, and now I'm getting started. Now, I'm not too worried about the market being open right now. We do have news at 10 o'clock, so I'm just getting everything set up. Getting everything set up to trade. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Glad you're joining us, Faradi. Faridi. Faridi. Okay, so we are looking for right now. This is the 4-hour time frame that I have up right here, from this high to this low. Here's equilibrium. We are looking for more than likely a move up to there if it wants to go that high. Today, I don't expect the best price action. We also have news at 10. Yesterday, look at this move. When you have a giant move like that, the next day tends to be kind of crappy. So we are going to be very careful today. I'm sizing down today. I'm not going to give money back in the market today. I'm going to end today on a high note. So we're going to be really careful, really cautious on the trades we take, and may not take anything because I don't know what the price action is going to be like. It could be really choppy. We're not sure. So we are going to see what price wants to do. And I'm still trying to get my copier set up here. Looks like because I'm sizing down, I'm going to be trading off screen because I'm using a micro. I'll be trading on some micros today. And when you're trading, I have my micros accounts on another screen, so that's what we're going to be using. Mini. All right, so I'm on my minis. Sorry, I'm just getting set up all here. Well, we're waiting for price to do something. Let's just get set up. Let's get price set up. Let's get price set up here. Okay. So we had these, here's what happened yesterday. We had these lows and we had an immediate retracement. This aggressive retracement, we didn't even retrace that far. Then we closed the day. We didn't even really make much of a change for from Friday to, or from Thursday to Friday. If we open up our regular trading hours, we do have this gap. That is the only, in my opinion right now, this is the only drawdown, or the only downside target I potentially see right now, because as far as interest that I may be interested in. Good morning, Inner Traders Library. It's good to have you, man. Thanks for joining. This is the only, let me make that a little more colorful. This is the only thing I really see that could be for a down move that I could use as a potential target. If we had a model set up, if we had an inversion, or if we had a breaker. But really, we have a new week opening gap. The new week opening gap low is sitting around the 50% mark. So here's the 50% for the entire move yesterday. That entire move yesterday was from 1900 down to 18,620. That's almost 400 handles in one day. Absolutely insane. Okay? We may get something right here though. Whoops. Let's see. Watching this for value gap that's sitting right here. I don't want it to close right now, to be honest. I don't want to have to take a trade. Okay, so no close there. I'm just making sure my accounts are set up correctly. Yesterday when I took that first inversion trade, my copier was mixed up and I oversized on an account I didn't want to, and didn't have any of my other accounts actually copied. So I'm just trying to make sure that I don't have any mistakes this time. All right, so 20 seconds left. I don't see anything. I'm not going to do anything with this. I don't like how this candle wicked below it, so I'm not interested in taking this inversion. All right, I think I have it how I want. 1 micro, be 1 mini. All right. There we go. There we go. Sorry, wasn't looking at anything. All right, let's see what we got here. I'm neutral today. Was looking for longs, but price isn't at my key level for longs, so I think I may take shorts. I think we have reason we could go lower. We also have reason to go higher. The reason to go higher is, let's go to the 15-minute, is running back to equilibrium. This is equilibrium right here. This is the center of this range, and price is usually drawn to the middle. So that's my reason for moving higher. My reason for going lower would simply be this yellow box, which is the regular trading hours gap. Wrong one. Which is the regular trading hours gap that's sitting right here. So this fair value gap, the reason why I was initially interested in was considering it is because it's the fair value gap that leads to the rest of this. But I didn't like this candle right here. So we're going to skip that. And I'm not really interested in taking an inversion of this candle here because this candle already broke these highs. So, yeah. If information is given, though, 100%, but I would prefer for price to sweep the lows 655. Sweep the lows 655. Oh, yeah. Sweeping lows. Well, if we're in a bearish environment, if we are truly bearish, a sweep below is not going to be a sweep. It's going to be an explosion lower. And I actually have, let me put this where it should be. So we've rebalanced half of this daily fair value gap. Sometimes I like to drop what's left of the fair value gap to the point we haven't filled, and that would be right here. So we could actually want to go to this daily fair value gap still. That's a real possibility. But after a giant move, it also being a Friday, there is a decent probability we're just going to get crap price action. Good morning, John. Good morning, guys. We have a consolidation Thursday reversal weekly profile looking for New York manipulation up to go lower. Let's see. I don't disagree with you on that either, John. Yeah. We are Thursday reversal. That's exactly what happened. And we could see lower. We could see consolidation. There's one guy I like. I can't remember his name. Day, D-A-Y-E. He talks about quarterly theory, and I think it's really legit. Quarterly theory is this right here, or these lines, that each day is broken up into quarters. And it's broken up into quarters, and then he actually calls them XAMD and AMDX. And that represents for a Friday, or it represents the AMD is only accumulation, manipulation, distribution. This could be considered X. So X could be on the first quarter or the fourth quarter because price can, do something different. I don't have a deep understanding of it. It's just something I've been watching and getting a better understanding of it. So this would be considered accumulation, or this would be considered either X or accumulation, manipulation, distribution. If this is X, this is accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. And I would say it's X AMD. So he has this quarterly theory that I like, the reason I'm bringing that up is each week can be each Friday is its day of its own. Fridays have its own algorithm he talks about. I think it has some legitimacy to it because I've seen Fridays be just so different than the rest of the week. I've also seen Fridays just be a continuation. I'm not teaching any of that crap though, because I'm really just focused on ICT. But I do know ICT hasn't really given us everything. He hasn't. He's intentionally held back stuff, and I do have a gut feeling that it's some of this quarterly stuff. All right. Let's look here. We're not taking anything, just FYI, before news. So we got 10 o'clock. We got 11 minutes before news. We are making our way higher up to this new day opening gap low. And so that's kind of where we're sitting right now. Today is first day of kids being home. First day of no school, so you may hear knocks at the doors. I don't know what's going to happen. I got 3 boys. Also, AM trades for weekly and daily profile. Obviously, man, ICT himself for profiles, but I learned a lot from AM trades. Yeah, I've watched a couple of AM trades in the past. I haven't watched too much of his stuff. I've really stuck with ICT for most of my education. There's some good stuff out there. I'll read what other people are talking about, and I'll watch other people's stuff also if it's teaching ICT's concepts that, maybe any charter students that have done anything. Okay, 848. I like this candle. That's aggressive. Was that? I don't know why that's there, guys. Sorry. This should really be right here. I don't even know what I was looking at. Was I looking at the 5-minute? Sorry, guys. I was. That's what it is. Okay, this is a 5-minute. That's a no. Yeah, this is a 5-minute. That's what I was looking at. 5 minutes. Sorry, guys. I'm a little. If you just join in, I woke up late. We had a tornado warning at like 3 a.m. this morning. Had to wake up all the kids. Went into the basement. And literally, I pull up the radar, and it's a wall of red just flying through our city. It was. If it wasn't 3 a.m., it would have been pretty epic. I was just extremely tired. I like this 2-minute. I do like this 2-minute. I'm half size for today, guys. I am not going to give money back to the market. Yesterday was a phenomenal day, and I haven't seen any price respect any PD arrays yet. So I may not even take this just to see if price actually wants to move. Let's equal those 15-minute, my eye 723 on the 15-minute. Yep. We still got 10 minutes before news. I'm not trading before then. So only price action, watching price action before news. So 2-minute closed. This would be your break even or your target. Really, I think your target should be here, but we're in consolidation. That's why, this just, and with news here in 8 minutes, price usually is prevented from running before news. you rarely will see price start moving aggressively or move to key levels before news is out. The algorithm uses news as manipulation. The algorithm will use news to move price where they want it to go. I appreciate BF and John and you guys sharing what you think is going to happen. Share it to the community. It overall is going to help us together. So your target would be this low right here, the low of this 5 minute. If you were taking this 2 minute. Why am I talking this out if I'm not trading? Because I'm reading price action and I'm verbalizing what's in my head for you guys. All right, target break even or take off size. Targeting this low here, especially with news. I mean, target you should be moving your stop loss to break even 100%. If we get this, our next target would be the data lows. The data at 8:30 lows. It wasn't really any significant news. It was just orange folder news, I think. That would be, I think, BF, that was your target, I believe. It says you're eyeing those equal lows. Stop loss should be to break even. You should have taken off some size if you have multiple contracts. If you have even more contracts, you'd take size off here. I never like when they make relatively equal lows and it pulls away. So let's see if this candle actually can push us through it. This is the 2 minute chart. We did wick below these. So what this would look like, short position, that's what it should look like right now. Your stop should be to break even. Really, it should be right there. A 5 minute close below. Where's our 5 minute? Is this is 15 minutes? Sorry guys, I had this mixed up. 5 minute close below. That's a good sign. I like that because this was holding all this price action up and we closed below it. We could do an immediate rebalance up to the previous candle's wick low, which is sitting right here. I'd like to see, we could see that and treat that as immediate rebalance for a move lower. It also is the consequent encroachment of this wick. When we have this is a, what, RBRB? What are they? It's an ICT concept that I really haven't put much time into. Basically, when you see a wick and a full red candle right next to it, very low probability that we are going to go back all the way up here unless price wants to just run the complete other direction. So if we are on the right side of the move, this wick and full body candle should keep price below unless we are straight up in consolidation or price wants to move the other direction. So we really do have to be on the right side of the move. We have to say, hey, time is right. Price is moving in our direction. It should hold. That's price reading that ICT talks about. The only thing I don't like is we have news in 3 minutes, right? Anything could happen. I like that. See that? See how that moved away? It rejected it. That's what I'm talking about. This is the price reading you guys should be doing and what we're doing here on this channel. Come on, let's see if price wants to go down. I'm liking your breaker. 1823 and 860. 683. What time frame? 15 minute? Oh, you're looking at the high, low, higher, high. I would say that if you're on the 15 minute, I don't think that's quite activated as of yet. We really need this 15 minute, which closes in 1 minute, to really show displacement and then price to come back up. So here's the 15 minute. If I'm right, you're referring to this high, low, higher, high. Is that right, BF? Or are you looking at this high, low, higher, high? Either way, 15 minute is hard. I would want to go down to a smaller time frame. And for me, if I'm going to do a 15 minute, I need it to be super clear. Not congested like this. I'm not liking the congestion right here. 18 seconds before news. This is why we don't do things before. This should have really hit right here. I mean, it did, but it should have really pushed through. I'm expecting we're gonna just get a wick higher here. So stop there. Left equal lows. If I'm going to look for shorts, I really want to get up here. If I'm going to look for shorts, I really want to get up here to tag the 50% mark. 50% is 18,827. 18,827. This red level right here is equilibrium. All right. Technically, we are now open for business. We are open for business. Let's make some money. Father, we thank you that today is the day the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Today will be a great day. So now that we have this giant candle, really we can do nothing. We need price to really take shape. You could look at this as a high, low, higher high on the 5 minute and treat this as a breaker. Let's just throw a line on here just to watch it. That's the swing low. You like longs at 18,880. What time frame? And just CBRD, put that in the chat. What does that mean? I probably know what it is, but all these acronyms, there's so many freaking acronyms these days. Morning, Raul. Thanks for joining, man. Glad to have you on this beautiful Friday. We had tornado warning last night. Woke up at 3 a.m. Central bank dealing, the central bank dealing range. I don't know if I know what that is exactly. All I know is that this is my dealing range from high to low. You could go from this high to this low if you wanted. If we do it from this high, we have hit equilibrium. From this leg to this leg. Let's look at 1 hour here. I do like placing my fib tool at this swing high, which would be 1500 from yesterday. I do, because if you go to the 1 hour, it sits right at consequent encroachment of the 1 hour. Just around that. This is a 1 hour box right here. Here's the 1 hour. Let's see if this is institutional order flow entry drill. See if we want to just push higher from right here. This is considered a balanced price range. We've rebalanced this even though we've been in straight consolidation. We wick this low, barely. Price could go higher. All right, guys, give me 1 second. My wife's at the door. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I'm back. My wife had a testimony she wanted to share with me. We had our car broken into. We went to a park, and our car got broken into. My wife's car purse got stolen and everything. This was I think this was like Monday. This was this week, or over the weekend, and I'm just so you guys know, I'm watching this level here. I'm watching this level here, 827, and we're seeing if we see our model form. So that's what I'm waiting for. But this is a good story. So our car got broken into, and my wife's wallet got stolen, and then the window that they broke, we just got it replaced. It cost $440, and $440 is what it cost. And so we've been reading here. We believe in tithing. We believe in giving. So it talks about in Malachi that if you give, that your possessions are protected from any attack of the enemy. So we started declaring, my wife started declaring, saying, you know what, this is illegal. The enemy has no right to touch our stuff, to damage our property. We want all that money back. Lord, we are asking that you pay for or get that. We ask that the enemy would give back that money that was stolen from us. Basically, the cost of replacing the window, because nothing else was stolen. So just today, this morning, 6 days later, my wife got a call saying, hey, we have a guardianship that we can't find anybody in Nebraska. Would you do it? And we'll pay you $450 to do this easy, simple guardianship. 6 days later, it was $440. They're paying $450 like that. It was just a cool testimony that, hey, if you stand and believe that your property and you are givers into the kingdom, that your possessions are protected. You have an invisible fence around your stuff, and the enemy has no authority to touch your stuff. And if it does, you have to stand on the word of God and come against it. And we did that, and it's just cool to see that little bit of a testimony. Okay, so we have a high, low. Let's see, we made a higher high. I really want to see a little bit higher move. I don't like the idea of going back down up into this, or going down and then touching this. I want to see some displacement. Look at this. I mean, we do have some displacement, but this is right at news. Since then, what have we done? We've done crap. We've done nothing. So I want to see displacement. We're getting closer to this high. At this point, seeing this right here, I really want to see this hit. We could even wait for the body to be hit, which is sitting right here. This is the 5-minute body, 5-minute candle. And then it's also the 1 hour, and it's also the 15-minute. So this is a decent low, a decent swing low that I'm liking. This low right here. Praise God indeed. That is awesome. Thank you, Lord. That was a good testimony. I'm grateful for hearing that. I mean, talk about like testimonies. The reason I'm sitting here today day trading is because of a dream the Lord gave me. I'm not going to share that today. I'll share that another time. But a very clear dream of what was going to happen. And I had a bunch of other prophetic words that were given to me, random people, and is the reason why I'm sitting here today. Day trading specifically. Not because I was going to die or something, but specifically day trading. Yeah, that, Matt, I will share that dream eventually. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a little tease there. Not intentional. Just it's not ready. Not ready. Some of those things you don't share yet. There's a verse in the Bible that says, not to say this to you. I'm not saying this to you or anybody on here. Yeah, like and subscribe. Coming soon. But it talks about not throwing your pearl to swine. It talks about that in Matthew, actually, Matt. Not to throw pearl to swine. Basically, the words the Lord's given you, don't foolishly just give them out to the world to hear, because then it opens up the opportunity for the enemy to attack and discredit anything you're trying to do. So I need some other things to happen before I'm going to share that on a public stage type setting. All right, so we tagged this high, or tagged this level right here. It is this swing low from yesterday. I do want to see a little bit more, guys. If I'm honest, that's what I want to see. I want to see a little bit more. I do like how we don't have a single fair value gap in here. I do like that. This is just signatures and price that I like. Signatures and price that are interesting to me is if we do have a high, low, higher high with no fair value gap in here, that makes this very obvious to me, right? So that's a signature and price that I do like. But I'm not quite convinced. And I have very, very low expectations for today. Oh. Let's see what Price wants to do here. Where am I from? I'm born and raised in Nebraska. Born and raised in Nebraska. Live in Omaha. But I've been in a few different cities in Omaha. Lincoln and Omaha, Ashland, just different areas in town around. That, and I say Nebraska. I was gonna just say Jay-Z. I was just gonna say I'm like the United States. I forget that people from literally around the world can be on here, which to me is insane. Like the opportunity to create friends around the world with similar interests. I think that's amazing. Because if I really look at where my friends are, they're all here. And the people that were friends here that moved away, I rarely talk to them because it's just, out of sight, out of mind. But when you have a common interest on something like this, to be able to just, create friendships, and I think that's super cool. The UK, that is awesome, man. Mario, Mexico. So are you Central Time frame? Is it about 9:15 your time, Mario? That is because I'm in Central Standard Time. South Africa. Isn't that great? Is there anybody in the States? If you're in the States, just well, tell me no. But I mean, most everybody is out here. 2 hours difference. Okay, yeah. So you either on the east or west side of Mexico. Florida. All right, my brother. Oh yeah. You did say that, John. I think I mentioned my brother's in Florida. He just moved down there. He's in Orlando, a suburb of Orlando. Got it. UTC 6. Oh, wait. You guys aren't seeing anything. What the heck? Sorry about that. I just looked at my screen to make sure everything was working correctly. And you didn't miss anything. So we are pushing higher. We are hitting this new day opening gap low. And if we were to pull this all the way over, that's the level I'm watching. Why do I have, what is 827 on here for? What is this level? I don't know what that's for. I don't know why we have that. That's the wrong level. This level right here is 822.50 is equilibrium for this entire leg from high to low. Really, at this point, I'm watching this level. I want this level to be hit because we're so close. Let me fix this real quick, guys. Let me fix that. There we go. All right. That should fix it. All right, see that rejection? I'm just noting it. New day opening gap, rejection, boom. How many candles is that from that? 815 to 808. So that's almost 10 handle rejection. Jay, I don't trade anything but the NASDAQ. I like gold. I own gold, but I don't trade gold. I think ICT talks about it. He thinks gold is highly, highly manipulated. I mean, everything I think is manipulated, but he talks about how he sees it. He sees it as a very manipulated market. He thinks gold should be much, much higher than where it is right now, and they're artificially keeping it low before they push it higher to make it literally impossible for anybody to purchase. So I have this marked on here. Oh, that's the hour. So if we close above this 1 hour, I mean, we're probably targeting this high here. We have 40 minutes for this candle right here. 40 minutes. But if we close above that, I mean, I think my bias would have to change to bullish. At least up to these highs right here. It's hard to want to see price really want to go back up to all-time highs when we just hit it yesterday and you had such a large displacement lower. I mean, that's really why I want to just see this 50% hit, and I would love to see price want to go the other direction. Any reason to why only this? Oh, for me. I'm willing and have traded the S&P 500. Actually, I started out on the S&P 500 because it moved slower. But when I looked at like the signatures and price, and the amount of money that I can make on the NASDAQ just, for me, was my answer to, I would rather spend all my time understanding how price action moves within the NASDAQ. And so like if I go here, I use NASDAQ to actually look at breaks and correlation. So I'll use it as a reference. Let's see, actually, since we're looking at it. Okay, so wow, ES has not made a higher high yet, while NQ has made a higher high. So we have an SMT. That's probably impossible for you to. Oh, did we make that? Okay, so we did break that high, but we hitting this level here. That's where we are on NQ, is sitting right at this, and then for ES, that level is right here. So we have some ways to go on ES, but I'll use it for to find cracks in correlation. I'll use that for cracks in correlation. But to answer your question, I like not having to look at different things. I like sitting down. I read price on the NASDAQ every day. I know where it's at. I know the highs. I know the lows. I know what it's done. So it's just so easy that I can just sit down. It takes less time for me to do my analysis before the market. I mean, I think I sat down and I did it in a matter of 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes, just because I know what price is done, and it's just easy. So just personal reasons mostly. And if I really can make everything that I could want in one spot, why look for something else? And I do believe that you can make all the money you want on just the NASDAQ. So I would rather hyper focus my attention, my time, my energy, my intellect on understanding this instrument so that I can be even better at it. If I was to sit down in front of gold, I'm gonna not have anything. See you, BF. Wait, ITL. Maybe I misunderstood that. All right, so what are we doing here? I'm waiting for anybody that's just joining or just popping on. I'm waiting for this red line to be hit. This is 50%. We've hit this low, this low. We're just came into the new week opening gap or new day opening gap low. We are respecting that low. Look where the bodies close. I would love to see a wick above and another close below it. That's a great signature in price. I would love for that to happen. And I didn't realize we're still on the 2 minute. Let's pop down to the 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. So here's a fair value gap. We'll have a high, low, higher, high. Technically, this is a displacement, but I don't like it. I'm not taking it. Zero interest in that. More of this one here. If this creates the displacement, and then we have displacement here, we have low run liquidity right here. Basically, no fair value gaps from this low, from this fair value gap to this low. Zero fair value gaps. What does this mean? Oh, got it. First three letters. Yeah, got it. Okay, but from this low to this low here is a low resistance liquidity run, meaning there's no fair value gap. So if price closes below this fair value gap right here, this 1 minute inversion or fair value gap closes below it, like let's say right here, you would have a very short stop to break even right here at this swing low. But there's a good chance we're gonna run this low resistance liquidity to right here. So this, I'm liking the formation of this right now. We just need to see if price actually wants to actually do it. All right, so there's 50%. We closed on the level. Look at that, isn't that nice? Isn't that pretty? Oh, Matt, I'm just saying yours. How much time you spent studying ICT? I've been studying ICT stuff for a year. April 15th is when I first came across him last year. And I went all in. I went all in. Hours and hours. I'd watch his videos, take notes. I watched it for, easily 4 hours a day for an extended period of time. For an extended period. I don't know how long. And then once I started getting to the place where I felt confident, I started slowing down. And I would honestly say for anybody that's watching, if you're studying, it was false confidence, because I don't think you can really master trading until, you can get very good in a year to 2 years. You absolutely can. But I think it really takes 5 years to become like a boss, like a true, I'm going in, destroying the market, and I'm walking away. And so I'm taking that mentality and I'm choosing to study beyond that. I'm studying beyond that. Okay, so we're just pushing up through this. You see how it lackadaisically went through this, and as soon as we get through it, then it just starts moving? I'm not liking. This is suspect. I don't see. This is not. I'm looking at the 1 hour right here, guys. Or let me go down to the 15-minute. It looks a little bit better. Okay, I am not looking this as a market maker buy model. I'm not. I do not see this as a market maker buy model. My market maker model actually I'm interested in is this. Buy side, sell side. That's really what I want to see. So if we just keep going higher and higher, I'm probably not taking anything. I can do more on the weekends as far as studying. I would, especially when ICT was live, I'd watch his stuff. I mean, you could spend 3 hours on one of his videos, and that's just listening to it because his videos are freaking horrendously long. I've actually toyed with the idea of going back through because I'm going through his 2023 playbook, his 2023 playlist, and actually re-listening to everything and just taking notes. I've thought about actually editing all of his rants out and then posting up just condensed videos, but man, the amount of work that would be, I don't know if I really want to do that. I do like posting some of his rants are legit, man. You've heard most of them all the time, but when he gets going and there's some motivational stuff in there, I mean, they make some nice clips. You know, he might take it down. He has every right, but that's the reason why he posted them publicly is so people couldn't sell the content. So he hasn't really griped much about people reposting his content because it's already free. He just wants the credit. That's all he has, and I have obviously no problem giving him all the credit because he's the man, in my opinion. So we're still hovering around this 50%. This is a lot. We have a fair value gap sitting right here. What is about 5 minute? 5 minute. Right now, I'm looking for how high do we want to go. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I mean, outside of this 50%, I don't see why we would stop here. Other than equilibrium, there's more structure above on the 5 minute that we could want to rebalance. We could go all the way up to this breaker right here, which sits 50% or sits at the consequent encroachment of this candle right here. So that swing low is at 1210 from yesterday, 523. So from Thursday. So that swing low, that could be a target as far as a place. ICT talks about this. He says that you can never predict the highs, but in a bullish market, you can usually predict the swing lows. So he's like, so you can reasonably predict that price is going to probably shoot below this and find some level of retracement. That's what happened. In a bullish environment, which we are in a bullish environment, to say that price is going to stop here, name the level, he talks about you're setting yourself up for failure because you cannot predict and you should not try to predict the high. So in a bullish market, never try to predict the high. Always try to predict the low in a bullish market, because you'll find support there and then it'll move higher. So with that in mind, I mean, we should consider this just being bullish price action that wants to go all the way up. Maybe not right now, but it could just say, we're going back up. We're going to make everybody think that yesterday's giant drop was the high, or was, we're not going any higher. And now they're just going to go back and grab all of those short stops. Wouldn't surprise me. But see, this lackadaisical price action right here, I'm not going to trade this. So the only way I'm going to be entering this market, for those of you watching, is if we get a large candle, similar candle to the 10 a.m. candle. I don't need it to be that gigantic, but I need it to be large and I need it to be purposeful. And right here is just all this just slowly grinding, high resistance liquidity, or it's a high resistance run going up to whatever level we don't know. So we're sitting here waiting for price to give us a signature and price that it wants to start moving. When that signature and price happens, now I'm looking for my model. Now I'm looking to actually engage with the market. But right now it's just, I'm okay not taking anything. I'm okay not doing anything. Now, when I first started out, I wasn't. Bro, guys, when I first started out, before I was even doing ICT stuff, this price action right here, I would have probably had 10 different trades in this already. I was straight up gambling. If you're trading in this, trying to find, oh, maybe this is the high. Oh, maybe this is the high. Maybe this is the high. Maybe this is the high. And trying to go short, you are going to eat away your profits. You have to stay away from that crap. You have to exercise patience. You have to find your superpower in trading, in regards to trading, is your ability to be patient. I would say it is single-digit percentages of traders that actually possess the ability to be patient. Truly patient, waiting for their model, waiting for their signature and price before they do anything. I'm just barely there. I see some of these guys that will sit and they'll wait. They'll make one trade a week. Can you imagine that? I don't know about you guys, but I see people that talk about how they took 2 trades this week, 1 trade this week, 1 trade this month. I'm assuming they're profitable, because I really think patience is a superpower. The ability to be patient, man. So we got this 2-minute fair value gap here. Another 2-minute. Let's see if we can get that smaller. Oh, there's a 3-minute. I like this one. If we see displacement, that's interesting. We got 2 minutes left on that candle. You target the swing low right here. So we do have a high, low, higher high. We have a fair value gap to the left, potentially a fair value gap to the right on the 1 minute for a breaker. Again, I am I am only trading micros today. Not taking any, no full size today. I have little expectation on the market. So we just washed away that opportunity right there in just one single candle. It found support at 50%. Or you could just say, we grab the liquidity below this candle. We still could. I mean, I'm putting together a video right now, how to get started in futures. And in there, I put together 3 breakers. I have breaker 1, 2, and 3. So there's 3 unique breakers that I have that have specific signatures and price. One of those breakers, signatures and price, is grabbing a level of liquidity on the left, which we haven't done here. We have a fair value gap on the left and no fair value gap on the right, and we target either the swing, the breaker low or the breaker close. And then you go short from there, targeting a swing low, or you go for a standard 1-to-1 or 1-to-2 ratio. But in this case, this does not have that signature and price. This would be another signature and price, and that would be really, I would only be interested is if we came up to somewhere in here. Somewhere in there in the 5-minute. Because if price doesn't want to break these highs, which is very possible if we're bearish, it would find some support. It usually will run up to the last fair value gap, and then it will run the other direction. And then when it starts running the other direction, that's when we're looking for a bearish breaker with a fair value gap on the left and the right. We look for a target of the fair value gap, the breaker low or breaker close, and we go short from there. That's another signature. I think that's breaker 3. This would be breaker 2, but we don't have a level of liquidity. We haven't ran liquidity yet. So I'm really trying, because a breaker is a breaker, right? Breaker, there's so many variations. There's so much diversity in the charts that you can really start rating your breakers into different style and different types of setups, right? You can do that and actually create different breaker models within just the breaker universe, so to speak. And so that's really what I'm trying to do, to eliminate people just grabbing any breaker that they see, right? So my goal is to try to make trading easier to become profitable than it was for me. Really for anybody. But the one thing you can't teach is patience. The one thing you can't teach is not over trading. One thing you can't teach is not revenge trading. Like all of that stuff, you have to be able to master yourself. And that's why trading is so difficult, because it's 80% of trading is in here. It's not the strategy. I can give you the strategy. I can give you the tools for success. But if you can't freaking master this, if you can't beat your body in submission, like the Bible talks about, running the race that's set before you, and beating your body to do what you know it needs to do, and just being ran over by your own emotions, you're going to struggle with trading. There's so many lessons in the Bible that I've found that directly correlate to trading that have helped me overcome this issue in here. We're coming up to the 11 a.m. macro. So We may have some opportunities, may have some movement. We'll see. Oh, I feel you, man. I feel you. I probably would have quit trading if I didn't really believe that the Lord asked me to move in this direction, because it is one of the hardest things. It's the easiest, hardest thing. Man, you can make money so easy. If you were here yesterday, that trade, that breaker trade, woo! That moved 70 handles almost effortlessly. No, I did not get 70 handles. I took 20 out of the total move. But man, it's so easy, but yet so hard. So hard to get to that point. If you guys could tell me, I'm curious, how much lag do you guys have? So right now it is 10:44. It just turned 10:44. 5 seconds, 6 seconds, 7 seconds. I'm curious on how long you before that happens for you guys. Like, are we... All right, so we got 40 seconds on this candle. We're 1 minute till the macro. We don't have a breaker here at all. We do have this, let's see, where's the, we got 20 seconds on that candle. That's aggressive. I like that. We got a swing low right here. I'm not going to take this if it closes below it yet. I'm not there. I don't want to do that, because it's the first push lower. I've seen the first push lowers just continue to go straight higher. So we didn't actually close that. That's all right. So here's the 2 minute that we're looking at. 2 minute has 39 seconds. So hitting this order block, this bullish order block, we hit the open, rejected it. Let's go down to the 1 minute. Okay, so we're looking at going short. What about long? Do we have an opportunity for a long if this is, we have a 1 minute fair value gap. It's really tiny. There's nothing there on the 3 minute. Or the 2 minute. There is one on the 3 minute, too small. What about the 30 second? That is obvious on the 30 second right there. We are... I mean, this is not a bad place. If OB is lost, market maker sell volatile. If bullish, if we will go up to the DR high. Yeah, I mean, I think this could be an entry to go long right here, if I am 100% honest. We really haven't hit, other than 50%, and we're finding support at that 50%. We really have no reason to stop, because we have this swing high. We have a swing high on the right here. It's also on the 15 minute. I like this. I like that. I might take a small entry here. Let's see. Let's tag this, and I'll go for a small one micro long. All right, I'm gonna go long there.
Order filled.
I'm going to have a tight stop loss right here. If we close below that, I'm going to remove this fair gap. If we close below this, I'm out. Where's my position? I'm in right there. That's where I got in at. And these highs are nice. Let's see if price wants to push higher. That's where I'm in right there. I will a close below this, I'll get out. I really want to see this push. It needs to push right now on this candle for me to want to stay in. If we close a red candle, I probably will cut my losses quicker than instead of just waiting for this to play out. I don't like that. Let's see if we push higher right here. We hit this fair value gap again, this inversion. Found support there. All right, once we hit this swing high, I'm moving a stop to break even. So once we hit that level, stops now move to break even. Stops to break even. Targeting that high, there we go. Take off some right there. I'm all out right there.
Order filled.
All right, that's 58 ticks. That is about 13 handles. Boom. Boys. Woo! Are we glad we... this is why you don't try to predict the high, man. That was nice. Good move, good move. I'll take 10 handles and get out of this. We could still see price go higher. We could see a retracement. I don't care. I don't care. Do you see how we switched our bias? I mean, I didn't switch a bias. I just said to myself, okay, bullish. Everybody wants to go short. We've had yesterday. What if we actually go higher? We're hitting this just very common. It will hit the first order block and then change directions. We had multiple candles here. We had some aggression move the other way. We inversed this fair value gap from this stab lower into a fair value gap. And so I'm like, okay, why not? Let's try it. That's the move for today, guys. That is the move for today. Even on one, even on these, let's see. Trading my micros. We got, what did I come out to be? $127. 1, 2, 3, 3. 75, 400 bucks on my funded, and then I do have some eval accounts that I made I made $1,000 on my eval accounts. So each eval account is up $260. One day at a time, man. One day at a time. That's it. I will not be taking any more trades. I want to go into the weekend up. I'm on Apex. Apex, they've paid out significantly more. They have the toughest rules, and I'm leaning towards the toughest rules because the prop firm industry is getting slaughtered right now with liquidity issues. And so I'm going to go with the company that has the most rigorous requirements so that they can remain profitable. And I will trade within their requirements. And they've been great. They've been great. You just can't. It's hard to do extended runs. So like if I got in here and I'm like, oh man, I really want to go for this level up here. Well, if we go to here, I don't sell and it comes all the way back down, I'm now in drawdown like $2,000. Even though my trade is still positive, Apex will call that call it a drawdown. Apex does 90-10. You keep 90% of your profits, but on your first 25,000 per account is 100% payouts. So if you have 20 Apex accounts, you will get $25,000, 100% of that $25,000 on each account. And then they don't have a drawdown rule once you're above your threshold. If you're above your threshold, let's say let's say that threshold is $3,000 on a $50,000 account. If you build your account up to $6,000, let's say $6,000 to $9,000, if you lose $3,000 or $6,000, you still won't hit your drawdown limits because it's that initial $3,000 drawdown that is where you could lose your account. So I think the rules are fine. You just need to play their rules. They want to do long-term stuff with people. They just want to make sure it's being done the right way, sustainably. They don't care about eval accounts. You could pass your eval account in one trade. They don't care. But if you want to do it on a funded account, you won't get any payouts. They want to see a consistent, profitable strategy that you could go back to and say, okay, he did it again. He's doing the same type of setups over and over. That is what they want to see. So I trade inversions and breakers. All right, so this is, as of right now, this is clearly the target, the swing high. We will hit that. There's no doubt in my mind. We will hit that level there. It's just obvious. Look at the 15 minute. See that? See that? Fair value gap, swing high. Hands down, we will hit that. That's 31 handles if you hold it all the way to that target. For a free trade, for moving your stop to break even, man, your risk to reward is insane for something like that. Even with what we did right here, right? We got about 15 handles. You move your stop to break even after we hit our swing high. Man, it feels great to have a stop at break even knowing that you're not going to lose money. 18,889 right here. All right, there it is. Target hit. This could easily just continue to go, but that would be the target. That is the target. You got too large of a fair value gap on this 15 minute to want to hold comfortably through this. Do you see what I mean? Like, look at the size of that fair value, that 15-minute fair value gap. So all my 15-minute fair value gaps are pink or purple. Oh, who's that? Sorry, you're gonna hear my brother. Let's see if we can get him on here. There he is. What's up, bro? Hey, you're on YouTube live with me right now.
Awesome.
For those of you listening, we got about 7, 8 people listening. They're all from around the world. We got South Africa, we have Mexico, we had the UK on here. Pretty cool. Did you
Wow.
take that? Did you? Hang on. I'll end the stream. Give me a second. All right, guys. I will call it a day. Thanks for joining. We'll see you next week. Next week should be good. Glad we were able to get a trade. But
Yeah.
yeah, we'll talk to you later, guys. Later.